crafty, but is it really? Yeah, her name is Crafty. Yeah, girl, let's see here. CraftyRia, yeah, CraftyRia. I said Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. I said CraftyRia, she's tough and cool. CraftyRia, yeah, CraftyRia. I said Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. I said CraftyRia, she's tough and cool. Yeah. Ever since she was a little girl, she said, I like to make things with my hands. I like to make some art that I can put up on a wall, or maybe put it in the mail, and maybe someday someone will get it, you know. Yeah, you know I like to make myself some Christmas cards. Yeah, I like to make all types of stuff. I like to take little scraps of paper, I like to put them all together real cool. Yeah, don't you know that it's fun? I like to do it, yeah. Yeah, say CraftyRia, that's the name, yeah. CraftyRia, say it now. Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. She does now. CraftyRia, she's tough and cool, yeah. You know, she streams on YouTube, it's true. You just gotta put a name right in there, hit subscribe. You should, yeah. And all you ever see are both her hands, you know. Makes me kind of suspicious, you know, that's all I'm saying. You know, maybe she's not a human being. I mean, it's possible. We got all types of things in the chat. You know, we got cows, we got chickens, we got people who supposedly have faces. We got all types of people here too, yeah. You know, maybe she's, you know, maybe she's some kind of creature. Maybe she's got tentacles. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's got tentacles and she's got hands, animatronic human hands on the ends of two sticks, and she just puts those in front of the camera and does all the crafts, which would make it even more impressive than it already is. You know, just the dexterity involved in such a thing. You know, it would be ridiculous, you know. Yeah. Don't you know her name is CraftyRia? I figured out a secret. She's an octopus. I said she's an octopus, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what the stuff I said. Yes. CraftyRia, she's tough and cool. You know, I figured out a secret. I always wondered how she could make all her crafts so fast. Turns out she's got 8 tentacles. She can make 3, 4 different crafts at one time. She could be making a Christmas card over here. She could be unboxing like BB crafts and flamingo diamond paintings and sealing wax embellishments with the others. You know, she could do all types of stuff, man. You know, all at once. You know, she could split her octopus brain into all types of different, you know, things. Yeah. She's tough, yeah. Let's talk about it. CraftyRia. She streams on YouTube, yeah. CraftyRia. With her human hand extensions. Makes all sorts of stuff. I said diamond painting. Diamond painting. I said diamond painting. Just one pro. You're sick in the head. That I'll tell you what, that boy ain't right. He just say he ain't right, man. Let me tell you, you know, jeez, dude. CraftyRia, she's tough. Yeah. CraftyRia, yeah. CraftyRia. Yeah, maybe she has an OnlyFans.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Live. Almost forgot how to do this. It's been so long. Welcome in Susan and Anne, Destalou, and Angela. Thank you, Angela, for posting all the little shout out things. I appreciate you. Awesome moderator. I hope you all had a wonderful 3 weeks, has it been? Timing has worked out such that it was 3 Mondays, I believe. I did not stream on YouTube. We went to Australia and we got home late Monday night last week. And so here I am. And let me think, what else is there? That's it. I do have some pictures that I can show later on in the stream. A couple pictures from Australia. We went to Sydney and we took a cruise. We went to Tasmania, got to see Tasmanian devils, got to see cockatoos in the wild, on the street, went to the Blue Mountains. The cockatoos were on the way back from the Blue Mountains when we were dropped off from their bus to the near the train station. There was a guy there just feeding them, and they landed all over the place. He gave me some of his bread and his birdseed, and I was able to feed them as well. It was awesome and wonderful, and it was a good time. That was my highlight of the trip, was the cockatoos. And yeah, that's that. But we saw Tasmanian devils. I got to hand feed and pet a kangaroo, several kangaroos, at a preservation wildlife place in Tasmania. Really cool. And that sort of thing. So yeah, that was fun. Fun trip. We enjoyed it very much. It was just Todd and I. We did meet one of Todd's friends in Sydney for a day. He happened to be there a couple weeks before we were in a different part of Australia, and he was flying back the next day out of Sydney, so he spent part of the day in Sydney with us. So that was pretty awesome. And he lives locally to us here, so we went halfway around the world to have a day together. But that was quite nice. And walked 1,000,000 miles, at least. Did I get any souvenirs? Hello, Christy. I got a little dog. I got this little doggy. They have these gotcha machines. They're like bubblegum machines, sort of, at the train station. They have them all over Chinatown. And you buy a token and you put it in the machine and you can get stuff. There were 4 different dogs, and I really wanted this one, and that's the one I got. I love dog. So I did get that. We got t-shirts. I got some stickers for my guitar cases. That's really about it. I got a hoodie. Todd got a hoodie. It was cold, kind of cold there some of the days. Yeah, not any thing. Oh, did I get your souvenir? What did you send me? I did not buy you the kangaroo pouch. They have kangaroo pouches. Let's just say they're male parts of a kangaroo that you can buy, and they're these little pouches. I did not buy you one of those, Christy. I did not, but yeah, there we go. I almost bought Sir Preston, my pet peacock. I almost got him a friend, but we never did make it back to the store that had them, so I did not buy Sir Preston peacock a friend. Oh, the gorgeous musician you posted. No, I did not. I totally missed out. But Todd was with me, so I had to be careful what I was picking up. I forgot about that. Yeah, I did not. There wouldn't have been room in my suitcase for him anyway. Our suitcases were so full and so heavy. We were going to take our 2 largest suitcases, but right before we left, we remembered that one of them had broken on our last trip. There's a big crack in it. So we had to scale down from a large to a medium. So we were really, I mean, our suitcases were jammed full. Thank you, Michelle. I missed all of you. I hope you all had a wonderful couple of weeks and a happy Easter. I did look. Hello, Cece. Welcome in. I did look for Easter candy while we were there, especially what Christine mentioned, the Cadbury marshmallow eggs, not the cream eggs, but they're marshmallow eggs, and I could not find them. Very sad that I could not find them. I really wanted to try them. Don might be impressed if you could pick up a tattooed 26-year-old. Yes, that would be impressive. We did take a cruise from Sydney to Tasmania, and there were some good musicians on the cruise ship, but I did not take any of them home. So none of them were really not anywhere near what you posted, Christy. Anyway, all right. So today I'll be doing some crafts. I have a Mad Lib picked out, and we can do a Mad Lib. Ange, are you able to do the words today? If not, I've got or if anyone else would like to volunteer, just type volunteer in the chat. Otherwise, I have a scrap pad of paper where I can try to keep track. Okay, well then there you go, Christy. You better go grab that guy. In Atlanta. We were in Atlanta on the way out and on the way out and on the way back. So, okay, we have an ad. All right. Thanks, Angela. I appreciate you very, very much. I will show, we had a trip to Australia. I will show some pictures later on in the trip and tell you a little bit more about our trip. So, but don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. So I picked a Mad Lib out of here. I actually picked it for one of my shows before we went on the trip. So we'll go with the one I already had marked. And let me see what we need for words. Let's start with 3 plural nouns. 3 plural nouns. And just stick them in the chat. It's been a while since we did a Mad Lib. I'm out of practice. All right. And let's see. Let's see here. Do I have anything planned to make? Not at all. I have some bags of cards. You can do Christmas. I could do Christmas. I don't have a lot of Christmas stuff picked out and planned. I don't have like my Christmas embellishments nearby. So I was going to do just some regular stuff. I have this one. That looks pretty cool. And it has this on the back. So yeah, I just have some regular stuff. We can do birthday. Okay, Christmas, birthday, and all occasion. How's that? Because all occasions can be for birthday. All right. I'll start with this. A day full of happy, a heart full of love. This could be birthday. This could be a wedding. It could be any of those things. I'm going to need 2 wedding cards coming up this year. So this could be one of them. We'll see. I'm not planning it that way, but. And the weddings aren't until the fall. So where is my bone folder? That's a good question. Where is my anything? I do not know. It is not in there. I'm out of practice, you guys. Oh, bone folder, where are you? I can't craft without my bone folder. I'll see if I can try to find something masculine. Oh, my bone folder's down in there, thankfully. Maybe next week. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Someone send me that in a private message. Do masculine next week. Yes, this could be Mother's Day. So I'll focus on springtime, generic Mother's Day-ish type things today. And next week, masculine. Father's Day. Good idea. Because I don't have a lot of stuff out for Father's Day. So this card here was kind of glued together. And look, we've got this pink Swiss dot paper. And then this also has Swiss dot. It's embossed. So we could do something cool. I'm going to move my only hands out of the way there. Okay. I'm only fingertips now. I'm going to trim off this torn side. Somebody had sent me this card and the inside was cut out. So I have no idea what kind of card it was supposed to be. All right, so we have that pink backing paper, and I want to trim this piece off, and I'm going to trim this pretty close to that oval because I want that piece of scrap paper. Yeah, we post a lot in the Discord, although I've been bad about posting. Angie's better than me about posting things in there. Finished projects. If you type !Discord, it should give you the link to join the Discord. All right, so we have that. A day full of happy. Heart full of love. And then there's a couple of these little scrap pieces too that might be for something. That is cool. Let me see here. I have these 5x7 card bases. This is blue, which would be neat. I could put the pink like that. And then the blue. I think this will go good. Did I do the bunny butt here or on Twitch? I don't remember. Do you guys remember? Did I make a bunny butt here? I was looking for... Michelle says here. Okay. I was looking for what was I going to say? My mind, it's gone. Cotton to put on its tail. Let's get my pencil. We had bunny buttocks on the... Yes, okay, the bunny butt. I did send that card to Christy because I thought she would like it. I did send out some Easter cards this year, believe it or not. Not a lot. I have not checked my post office box since I've been back either. Yeah. I have these. This is the cotton that I was thinking of using for them. These cotton rounds. And then I played around with it. I cut one into a smaller circle. That would have been good on the bunny butt. I was playing around with it after the stream, of course. All right, so this I'm going to make a little smaller than 5. Right, I sent a birthday card to Christy's child, and I added the Easter card. All right, so we have that. I think that looks pretty cool. I wonder if I could use one of those. All right, let me... Okay, I normally don't like to spill out children's names without permission, obviously, for obvious reasons, but I did send one to sweet little Kenzie. All right, now this here. Now I have markers. What if I made this yellow or blue to go with some of the flowers? Maybe yellow, since I already have a blue background. Let me see. But what I want to do for sure is cut out the inside of this card, because let me mark on here where it's going to go. I don't want to cut any lower than this piece here. There. I want to cut out the center of this because this paper's so cool and I hate to waste it. Plus, it'll make this card lighter for mailing and save on some postage. This paper's super cool. It's like you embossed it's like you would have embossed pink cardstock with a Swiss dot embossing folder, but a smaller one. Yeah, we need 3 plural nouns. We'll need more regular nouns later, so Ange will save up some nouns if she doesn't use the plurals. I have a lot of really cool embossing folders. Do I use them? Not much. So I just wanted to cut this and make it an actual true rectangle for ease of use later. Because that way I've got it. And then when I put this on here and I put this down here, you will not know that I cut out that back, although it would be better. Now, this piece is probably a good size. That piece might be too thick. I think this is going to be a good size to color. Oh, you're making a sheet load tonight. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. All right, let me get my markers. I'll get my Hoo markers, art markers. Let's see if I have a good color. I have them marked on here so we can see. I'm thinking this middle yellow, Y107. I think that's going to be good. And if it's not good, I will try something else. I need a piece of scrap paper. All right, let's do this. That is really cool. I'm going to use the wide end and just color over this. You can use any markers. You can use colored pencils. You can use watercolor paints. Whatever you have to color your stuff, it'll work. Trying to do some Christmas cards. Oh, what calendar? I missed your message. Let's see. I missed it. Ask it again. There's the yellow. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Oh, my diamond painting calendar. I do have it. I have not done May yet on my diamond painting calendar. Maybe I'll do that Wednesday night on Twitch. I've not done May's yet because I've been gone and I forgot about it. Thank you for reminding me. I also have a dog calendar that I color every month. Put that back in there. This is the first set of markers that I ever marked, you know, did a color swatch, and it makes a big difference because the lid to the colors, as many of you know, if you use markers, they don't match. So there we go. So I have my ribbon from a total scrap. I do have some big diamond paintings. I do. I actually have a big peacock that's hanging in my living room. I have one that hangs behind me. It's not huge. It's maybe 12 by 12, 12 by 15, something like that. It hangs behind me on Thursday nights on my secret music stream. And I do have another peacock in my living room, and I have some to do, some large kits to do. I need to get into some of these sheet loads. And I had a suggestion from someone on Twitch yesterday that is a non-crafter. And he mentioned that it would be nice to if I offered little mini kits of things that I craft so you guys could craft along with me. Or a link to the supplies, which I do. Okay, Ange, I do offer, I put links in my Discord a lot, and also on my Amazon storefront are links to a lot of the things. But he mentioned offering a kit so a non-crafter could just get it and have the supplies to make. And what I think I might do with some of those sheet load type products, or use up the whole, you know, paper pad, instead of me using the whole one, you know, you get like 2 or 3 different sheets of the same thing. I could use the duplicates and make a couple of card kits, however many I can get out of the pack, and go through and use at least one sheet of each of the papers, which would be fun. So people could follow along. So that might be coming in the future. I don't know. But he seemed very interested. He's a musician. He has a YouTube studio, Rocks Music Studio. Go check him out. He's awesome. Very supportive of me and other musicians on Twitch. Yeah, right, Ange? I thought so too. And he is new to the community and very, very supportive. Very nice guy. I see him in a lot of different communities. Excellent. Right. And then what I could do, you know, when I get duplicates of greeting cards, you know, 3 or 4 of one, and I know I'm going to use one, I can make up, like if I have 3, I can make up 2 kits. And of course, the first 2 to get them would get them. Yes, I've seen them in Frank's and in Bob's and in John's and different places. That's right, Christy. I'm going to try to start posting those in my Discord. I'll post a link and say, hey, here's what I'm going to be working on in a couple of weeks. And here's the link. And if you use my link to purchase it on Amazon, I make a couple bucks. And it doesn't cost you anymore. So, yeah. It was, oh, that's awesome, Michelle. That is awesome. Todd has made me cards before. Yes. All right. So here we have this so far. I just need a flower or something for the bottom. I like how I used, for this whole thing so far, I used all stuff from that one card. All scraps with just a little bit of marker. Markers are your friends. All right, let me grab a drink and let me see if I can find a small flower. If I had an interior to the card and it had a small flower or butterfly, I obviously would use that, but I don't have anything else. All right, Christy. All right, excellent. And let me see these flowers. One of these might actually work. These are a ribbon, flower ribbon. That might actually look pretty good. Your neighbor needs to pay you for your... Ma'am, you owe me money for the pickle. Pay me for the pickle. Pay me for the pickle or else. Let me see if I have anything else in here. It's been a while since I went through my craft supplies. I did have a couple Twitch streams, but I worked on Lego. I did not do crafts. I have these little guys. That butterfly might look okay. I still think I like the flower better. Those are really big butterflies. Yeah, I think I'll go with that flower. It's what I have, and it's handy. You missed it. What did you miss? I let you play the game that you don't like. What? Oh no, I'm in trouble for something I don't even know about. Oh, me making cards. Yes, I did not make cards. Because really, I was tired and I didn't want my brain to think. And I thought doing the Lego would be easy. That is the real reason I did Lego. I kind of would like a bigger flower there. And we played Gartic Show. Yes, we did. But I will say, Gartic Show was Angie's idea. She hates the game, but yet I made her play it. I said, oh, we could play words on stream or we could play Gartic. And Angie's like, Gartic, 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 you have to play. Oh, I let you. Okay, yeah. I didn't make you. I let you. Okay. Got it. Today is Cinco de Mayo. Is anybody having... I know you did not. You were not forced. Nobody forced anybody. Words on stream makes your brain hurt. Yeah. It can be. It makes my brain hurt. Gartic Show, in case you guys don't know, Sundays and Wednesdays, let's go with this pink, on Twitch, I usually will, at the end of my streams, we will play a game, and it's either Words on Stream or Gartic Show. And Gartic Show is kind of like Pictionary, and it's integrated with Twitch. And you can I draw and you guess, and all you have to do is type it in chat. Then Words on Stream is also integrated with Twitch, so you don't have to download anything or anything special. It's right there. You just type it in, and it's words that you unscramble. But Words on Stream, if you have a good player in there, or a couple of good players, by the way, Ange is a very good player, you will advance very fast in the game, and it gets hard fast. Difficult. So, but it's fun. So everybody like works together and plays, and sometimes it's hilarious, especially Gartic Show, because I'm terrible at drawing. And the letters, right, they shuffle. And then sometimes there's a mystery letter or a wrong letter. So there'll be maybe, an M in there. But there is no M. It's a fake letter. So it's kind of hard. And then there'll be a mystery letter, which it just shows a question mark. All right, so I have that. And I have this blue guy cut out. So I'm going to put it down here on the inside for Michelle. What if I do... I'm going to put this over here. And I'll put this on there. There we go. Let's do this. I have something like stinging in my finger. Like, I feel like I have a splinter in it or something, but there's nothing there. But it stings, like a bee sting almost. It's really bugging me. That's right. You play the word games and you shuffle them yourself. Sometimes they... Oh, I did, but I forgot. I forgot to write them in the thing. Sometimes they go really fast. Oh, hang on. Let me... See, I'm out of practice, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Clearly, I would be nothing without my mods. By the way, Christy is one of my mods on Twitch, as well as Ange. All right, let me get the words here. Let me get my pen. I have to, let me scroll back up and find the words. I think tacos was one of them. Tacos, fuzzy bunny butts, and foreheads. Excellent. Excellent. Tacos. I love it. Tacos. Fuzzy bunny butts. Bunny butts. And foreheads. All right, next thing we need. Let's do 4 adjectives. And I know Ange stepped away. We need 4 adjectives. Welcome in, Christine. Hello, hello. I was almost in your neck of the woods. Very close to you. I was in Australia. And you know, Christine, I looked for those marshmallow Cadbury candies for Easter because I was there over Easter. And, well, I could not find them. I looked in every store. Well, we didn't go to a lot of grocery stores. We went to 2 grocery stores. But I could not find them. Not close enough. I know. I did go to Tasmania, and I saw Tasmanian devils. We went to the Blue Mountains in Australia, but no, we did not go to your part of the world. But she didn't want out. She wants food. Too bad for her. Poor Ivy. All right, so here, this, it already has some bling on it, so that is cool. I don't need to add bling, and I think that's kind of cute. With all recycled things except for those 2 little flowers. Okay, let's put this over here. And I do have some pictures I will show later of my trip. I will show them, how about at 8 o'clock, halfway through the show. Or whenever I'm done with whatever card. That's kind of a Christmas card. That could be a manly card. Special birthday wish, that might be a good one. Here's another birthday. Here's another birthday. All right, let's take those out for now. So yeah, we need some adjectives. Please feel free to put a bunch in the chat. You could put 4 or more. Does not matter. Does not, I can't talk. Does not matter. Don't listen to my English. I still have jet lag. It's a 14-hour time difference, and it's about a 14-hour plane ride for the longest one. 3 planes, so 14, about 19 hours in the air total. But it takes about 36 hours to come home. I think we were awake for 36 hours because of the time change and all of those things. And the layovers. You know, all of those things. Oh, I should trim this part off. Because there, I have some paper there. Let's see how small I can make this. That's about as small. I could take a little more off this edge. I slept on the plane on the way out, but the way back, we leave Sydney at like, it was supposed to be 9:30 in the morning, and then it was 11 or something like that because it was late. And so it's daytime, and it's hard to sleep when you've slept the night before, kind of, you know. So it's like my body was like, oh, it's the middle of the day. I can't sleep. I did nap a little bit, a couple minutes here and there, 15 minutes. And then by the time you want to sleep, it's almost time to land, and they're feeding you breakfast, and, you know, you're getting your stuff together, stowed away for landing, and then you're sitting in an airport. And so it's just, the timing was terrible for sleeping on the way back. The way there, it was, oh, I wasn't going to do yellow, but, oh, the butterflies are yellow. On the way there, it's easy because you leave LAX at midnight. So then you're ready to go to sleep. So, oh, see, yeah, we left It was a morning flight out of Sydney, and we got to LAX at 8 in the morning, their time, or something like that. So then it's like daytime. And then of course we didn't have a lot of time between flights because our first flight was delayed so long. And then, yeah, it was nuts. It just does not work well for us on the way back. But on the way there, we leave LAX in the middle of the night. And when I say 35 hours awake, I mean from the time our alarm went off and we got up, took a shower, got ready, went to the airport, got to the airport, all of that, the whole travel time, not just in the air. It's about a 15 hour flight for the long one. And then about 3 to 4 hours from LAX to Atlanta, and then another hour and a half from Atlanta to Columbus, with lots of time in between. So it was fun. Yeah, leaving late evening and getting where you need to go at lunchtime is much better. On the way out, like I said, we leave around midnight and get there at 6:37 in the morning. It's great. I think this looks good. I don't know about a ribbon. Oh, maybe that flower. Yes, of course. I shower before. I'm going to be awake for 36 hours. I needed a shower. I'm going to tell you something. Not everybody on the plane showers before they get on that plane. By the time we got home, I felt really disgusting and gross. But I did wash my face and that sort of thing. Yes. The layover in Atlanta, I don't remember. A couple hours. We had enough time to go to the Sky Club. So that I do know. Maybe I'll use that blue. That'll work. Let's do that. Scissors. Yeah, we had enough time to go to the Sky Club and grab a bite to eat and use their really nice bathrooms. I got to wash my face and all of that. Brush my teeth, things like that. Because by then I was feeling pretty yucky. When we get to Australia, we got a day room at the airport in Sydney. So we were able to shower and store our bags until our regular hotel room, we were able to check in there. So that was nice. Oh, okay. Yeah. Usually we're not in Atlanta very long. Usually just a couple hours. We fly a lot of Delta, and that's one of their hubs. So we are there a lot. Right, if you're kid-free. All right, let's put this down. Oh, I was going to do something with the butterflies. Too late. I stuck it down. Let's put this down. There. And I will put, first let me trim these flowers, even with the side of the card. And I will put a different color flower on here as an embellishment. Maybe pink. How about bright pink? That's right, right. They don't let just anybody over hanging out at the airport anymore. It used to be such you could go right up to the airside or concourse, or depending on what airport you're at, what they call it. And if we're there for a few hours, we usually just go to the Sky Club, and we don't leave the I'm going to put it over this one because one of the petals is bent. It has a damaged petal. There. Maybe I should I put some around there? Maybe I should. Put one there. Yeah, let's put some of these around. That's right. That is right. Those TSA security checks are crazy. Sometimes the lines are super long. Although we have pre-check, so we usually can get in a shorter line. Let's see. There. Christy, you just have to get a job at one of the airport restaurants or something. Just for the day. Quit the day after. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That is what I'll do. And to make it go quicker, I'll use Fabric Tack. I love using this for embellishments, especially fabric ones. It works well. We are looking for some adjectives, so please stick some in the chat. Oh. All right, let's see. We don't mind the airports. I like it better than driving long distances. Okay. Okay, there. So we have this. Yeah, we're over an hour from our nearest airport. I think I'll just leave that as is. I don't know what I got in my thumb. I'll have to look at it under a I almost said a microscope. I don't have a microscope. Magnifying glass later and see if I got something stuck in it. All right. Next card. Didn't I pick some? I picked some out. I did. This has a matching envelope. And this is an already made card. So I kind of hate to cut it apart. So let's see if we can do something without cutting it apart. But meanwhile, let me put some of these adjectives. Zesty, 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 malodorous, Weepy. And Stormy. Okay, now we need some nouns. We need 6 nouns. A total of 6 nouns. Singular. So I think I could make these pop up by fussy cutting around them and putting some glitter paper behind them. And I'm going to cut almost all the way down on the thing. The cupcake holder. There. So it'll pop up a little bit like that. Okay, let's do the other one. Let's cut out this leaf. Okay. I will chop up the cards you send me, Christy. It just depends on the card. Sometimes I like to keep it by itself, and then like it gives you an idea of what you can do to store-bought cards if you find them on clearance or something like that, especially after Christmas or something. Or you get them from the charities when you send a donation. You stamped on a Merry Christmas sentiment on stickers. I used Memento, which I thought were the best, but you smear... Uh-oh. It depends. Yeah, singular nouns. It depends on the surface of the stickers. Memento can still... if it's almost a satiny surface, Memento needs a few seconds to dry. And some stickers do have a little bit of a satin finish, kind of. Okay. Oh, it's been minutes. Oh, wow. That's crazy. All right, so we have the 3 cupcakes. Now, I will need to put something behind them. I don't think this is big enough. I think glitter paper is going to be better. Yeah, that's not going to be big enough. Let me get to my glitter paper. I have some pink sitting here. Let's use this. I already have it sitting out. And let me mark on here how wide I need it. About, let's mark it to there. Dry rot. Depends on where you live. Dry rot could be a thing. I'm just going to cut off that silver piece. This is like a misprinted piece of paper. And that is big enough to fit. Yes. So what I am going to do is turn this over and use some of these little squares, foam squares. I'll put 2 on each of these cupcakes. You're more concerned about Anne's butt crust. I'm sure. I know. I bet her kiddos picked the butt crust. All right. Old rubber bands decaying away. I used to live in Florida, and dry rot is a thing. When it's hot like that, ugh. You go, like you put your shorts away for the summer or for the winter. Not that they ever have winter. But for example, if you haven't worn a pair of shorts in a year, you get them out, and if they're elastic waist, you pull on them and you hear, you know what I'm talking about. And then they're stretched out. I'm like, these are practically new. I guess that's not really dry rot, is it? I don't know. It's just old adhesive. I'm going to just put a little bit of this tape close to these cupcakes and then across this bottom. There. And then around this edge, if it'll go, if it'll stick on here, it will. No, it will not. Nope. So I'm going to take some glue. Yeah, old elastic, right? Put some of that on here, and then I'll put some around the edge here. This is just art glitter glue. It's thinning out. I've had this art glitter glue forever, so I want to use it up. I've had it a long time. And then I will just stick this down. Take off that extra, little bit of extra adhesive around that edge. There. Yours is thinning out too, and you have 2 refill bottles left. Yeah, I don't know why it's thinning out. I'm very disappointed. My Elmer's I've had for a very long time, and it is not thinning out. So I don't know. And I keep it here where it's climate controlled. It was not out in the cold or anything like that. So it has no reason to thin out. Okay, so there we have that card with those. And there's these pink dots around the end. Yours is thinning out as well. Let's see what is with it. I found some pink bling, and I will use the small pink. Well, maybe I could use the big. I don't use big pink bling on very many things. We just don't know what it is, right? Some elastic is replaceable. Yes. I'm going to use the big pink. I've had mine a long time as well. I bought mine, I think from May, a long time ago. Oh, cool, Desta. Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to squeeze the glue bottles. I find that these little syringes work really well, although this one's super old and probably dried up. They do dry out, but when they are not dried out, they work really well to spread your glue. You don't have to have a lot of strength in your hand for it. Yeah, I don't know about the art glitter glue. Part of me wants to reach out to them and let them know that it thinned. Reach out to them as a creator, a content creator. As an influencer, as people say. And be like, look, I've been talking about it on my streams, and a lot of people agree with me that theirs have dried out as well. A lot of my viewers, you know, that sort of thing. Maybe I can get an answer from them as to why or how long it's supposed to last. Maybe it just has an expiration. I did not, Michelle, I did not bring any crafts. They did have a craft on the ship, and it was to make a poppy for, I'm going to get this wrong, Anzac Day. It's kind of like our Memorial Day type thing. But I did not go to it because it was early in the morning, and we were at breakfast at the time. I saw some kids with the Anzac poppies, and it wouldn't have been worth going. I usually go and grab a couple kits and do them here, but it was not a great craft. Okay, so we have this. And then puffy paint. I don't have puffy paint. Do I? No, I have stickles though. Yeah, but then the thing on the plane is your tray table's like only like this. And if you're skinny, you have room. But if you're not so skinny, you don't have a lot of room to craft. I watched movies. I watched a lot of movies. Let me look at this box of stuff. I don't think it's puffy paint though. It might be fabric paint. I can barely reach it. 3D fabric paint. Well, let me see what this is all about. Let's dust it off. I might get sponsored. Yeah, you never know. So I have some fabric paint, but I'm thinking stickles might be better. Because these are just plain colors. Let's try. I'll do the fabric paint. I've never done it. I've never used these at all. We've got some yellow for this yellow one. Permanent. Crafts for all. Yeah, it looks like frosting. I have to smell it. It smells like plastic. Welcome in, Martha. All right. There. All right, so we have some yellow. Looks like mustard. Don't tell anybody. It looks like mustard. Okay, we have that. This one is a light pink, and that's a darker pink. So let's see. I've got this light pink here. This purpley pink. These I got from Amazon. They were a good deal when I got them. If I can find the link, I will link them in my Discord. This one here, I'll just kind of put, I won't make it so thick. And when you get an air pocket in them, I need one more line here, I think. There. Maybe a little bit more in between these two. There. Crichton's very excited. Yes, that one's lemon, okay. This one here is purple. Grape. I don't know. And then I have this darker pink for this one. It doesn't say the color. Rose, it does say the color. This one was... I can't read it. Portrait tone? I don't know. And then the other one, what was the yellow one? Probably mustard yellow. Lemon yellow. Mustard. And this one here, and like I said, is rose. No mayo. No. Okay. All right, and then we've got some red. Yeah, you did say lemon. It looks like lemon. I have this one here that's mayo colored. Mayo, no. Titanium white. All right, let's do the heart and the cherry. I want them different colors, though. So I'm going to do this heart. I know it's not the same color, but this fluorescent pink red on this heart over here. And I'm just going to kind of paint in the whole thing. There. And then I'm going to do red for that cherry. This one here is fluorescent red. I'm just shaking them. Try to get the air bubbles out. There. All right, so we have 3D fabric paint on a card. And they should dry. It should look pretty much the same when it dries. All right, never used them. Thank you for that idea. It's been sitting on my shelf for years. Mayo not, like mayonnaise chokes. No mayo. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay, so there we go. This is Crafts for All 24 color set 3D fabric paint. This may have been, oh, I think I had like a 50% off coupon. It may have been like $5 or $9 or something ridiculous. I could not resist it because it was so cheap. And I've had it forever. All right, so we'll leave that as is. I will try to not stick my finger in any of the paints. Oh, and there's also the matching envelope, which I will put inside of the card. And let's put these adjectives in the thing. Not adjectives, nouns. We have unicorn and spasm. Spasm. It sounds really bad, okay, but it's not. Affliction. Teddy bear. Toe jam. I cannot talk. Oh, yes, toe jam. I like it. Toe jam and walking stick. Okay, I'm going to make walking stick plural because I think it sounds better. Now, the last word we need is a color. Welcome in, Carol from California. That's alliteration. Carol from California. I like it. Okay. Yeah, we need a color. So put your favorite color or your least favorite color. And then after the color, I'll show you some pictures of my trip. I know I said I'd do it at this time, but clearly I am not telling the truth. This could be a manly card. This card, but you know, I think I might cut it apart. What do you think? I could cut this part off. No, maybe I can just do some bling because I kind of like that. I'll leave it together. I could put some gold bling around that. I don't know what else to do. Maybe some stickles to make that stand out. Or save it for next week. That's a good idea. All right. This is manly card. Manly cards next week. All right. Put this aside. I'll save it for next week. That way I can think more about it. Yeah, I could. I could use the back for another card. This is a postcard card. It's just a cut apart. There is this other birthday card, though. These balloons. This would be... That could be a manly card, too. I'll put that with that. This could be a manly Christmas card. This could even be a manly card. Let's see what I have. Did you guys see in the group the beautiful cards that Susan made? With the flamingo cards. Oh, so cool. That's could be a manly card as well. Let's see what else I have. Doggies. Sunflowers. Here's more cards. I see, like, for example, like I have 2 of these. So if I did a card kit, I could use one to recycle and send one to someone else in a card kit. I may do the sunflowers. I'll set that aside. And the same thing with this. I have 2 of these. So those could be, that could be a different card kit. Let me see what else I got. Here's to a wonderful friendship. Here's to wonderful you, someone I'm lucky to know. All right, let's see what else is in here. Yeah, those doubles. The doubles are great. All right, this one could be something too I could make. That's Christmas. I think I have a lot of doubles of Christmas cards. I don't do a lot of get well cards. Let's see. I think I had another one that matched this as well. Okay, let's do this one here. And maybe that. All right, let's do those. I think Michelle said she's working on sunflowers. Yes, I could cut something to cover the get well, or cut out the sentiment and put it on something else. These sunflowers, I wonder if I used this for the center. Let me look. I could cover the center with those flowers. That might be okay. I also have the green. They kind of have a green center. No, I don't like the green. Brown bling in the middle. I don't think I have any brown bling. That might look cute across the bottom. I know I don't have brown bling. I have gold bling. Let me see, I have gold. Let's see if any of these golds are dark enough. I have every bling, I know. I have these. Bling out the border. I could bling out the border. I don't have a lot of yellowish bling that would match the flowers so well. I have this dark color. Color bling with a brown marker. I could. All right, let me get my clear. As you can see, I haven't put my blings in here in the right order. I could go around those centers. I have leftover diamonds, but I'm not sure where they are. So that would be tough. I could color yellow with the thing, but I have more pink than I do yellow. Y648. This one. This is dark. Might be my darkest brown. So let me color some of this. And I am just running this marker gently over top. Any permanent marker would work. Sharpies, Bics, Copic, you know, any of them. So now I have brown bling and it matches. Who said this? You guys are perfect. I'm going to color this whole thing, all of this bling, brown. So I have it for a later thing. Because you never know when you need brown bling. I'm going to let it sit and dry for a little bit. And if a little bit of clear shows through, it's okay. You're going to eat your latest creation, an open-faced meatball parm sandwich on a slice of garlic bread. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, let it dry. I've already got red all over my fingers. Okay. All right, so we're going to let that dry. And as you can see, look at how good it looks. Excellent. It's going to be perfect. And maybe I could put a piece of larger bling in each of those four corners. Let me see if I can do a yellowish color that is similar to those flowers. I'm going to go with Y204. And these are the Ohuhu art markers. They're alcohol markers. They are wonderful. I love them very much. I got them on Amazon, and I believe they are in on my storefront. Now this doesn't show up as well. This yellow. Oh no, it looks pretty good. So if you have Sharpie markers or any of these alcohol markers, they have to be alcohol markers. Other markers will rub right off. You do not need to buy colored bling. All you need is clear. And you can have any color bling you want. Millions of colors. If you have a marker with the color, then you've got it. Especially if you have markers that match your embellishments, then you have got it. Let's test this. Okay, it's completely dry. It's not rubbing off on my finger at all. So I'm going to put this right around this brown part of the center of the flower. I listen to Amazon Music in the shower. Okay, so I have a funny story. I listen to Amazon Music in the shower, and I always tell it to play songs that I'm learning or working on for my streams or whatever. So a viewer asked me, I may have told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. A viewer asked me to learn The Mighty Quinn. I'd heard it a few times, but I didn't know it that well. So I listened to it every day for a long time. So, because I had to learn the song, how it went and stuff. So anyway, it was a couple weeks ago, before the trip, maybe a month or so before the trip. Todd listens to music too, in his bathroom before his shower or whatever. And he comes up to me, he says, is The Mighty Quinn a song that you're working on? He's like, my Amazon device keeps suggesting this song. And I was laughing. I'm going, yes, a long time ago. He says, every day it's been playing this song. So he thought it was really funny. I thought it was really funny. So he is now forced to listen to anything I listen to. I had no idea. I like that song, Christy. That is a great song. Then we have the yellow. I'm going to put a yellow in each of these little corners. Yes, to him it was quite annoying. I'm not sure if he's a fan of that song. But when I'm learning a song that I don't know, like I've heard maybe on the radio once or twice, and I need to learn how all the verses go and stuff, I listen to it every single day. And apparently so does Todd. He's going to be listening to a lot of Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, although he probably likes that song. So, all right. So we have the yellow bling that matches, and then the brown. That was a great idea to put the brown bling, or to color bling brown. Perfect. Perfect. And I have extra brown. I don't think I need to do much more with this card. I think it's pretty good. I don't know where my little tiny butterflies are. So I'm just going to leave it at like that. I'm going to leave that alone. And it has a matching envelope, which is really cool. I do too. And I love the song Fast Car. It's a great song. Jade Green. Okay. I'm glad nobody picked Mayo White. Okay. Jade Green. Oh, this is good. Jade Green. Okay. Welcome in, SCN. Glad to have you. All right, let me do let's do this other card since I have it out. It comes with a yellow envelope already. And is that your favorite song? Fast Car? Is that what you meant by that is your favorite? I could put these green flowers across the bottom, maybe pink. Maybe the pink, what these bright pinks look good. I could do them across the bottom and maybe across the top, and then some random other ones. That's what I'll do. Let's do that. Do I have enough to do both? All right, yeah, I do have enough. Or you could just tell them to me, Christy, and I can maybe make the cords more reasonable. Or I just put on my big girl panties and do unreasonable cords. I am working on one song with unreasonable cords. So I need to grow up and do the unreasonable chords. Don't tell Bob I said that. Nobody tell Bob that I said that. He'll make me do unreasonable chords. Okay, so we have that, and I'll do another bunch across the bottom. I have soft pink too. I'll add a little bit of soft pinks throughout. We'll put the bright pink as a thing. I'm going to add a couple of these little green guys, maybe 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, randomly. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could do a couple green. Let's see. And I could do some soft pinks as well. Maybe I'll put one here. The text is like a dark, it kind of matches this pink. It's a dark reddish looking thing. And I'll put one there. Okay, I'll do 3 of those. Let me get, I don't have purple either. I'd have light pink though. Yeah, the text matches that pink. Oh, come on. Come on, where is it? Where is the end? There we go. Let's put one of these over here. Whoops. There. Put one there. Put one there. And let's pick another color. We have green, we have pink. Let's do white. So we'll do this white here. And I'm just kind of having them on there a little bit random. There. There and there. Oh, I'll put, well, Yeah, the white there. And I have, this one is covered with tape. I have 2 of these dark pink flowers. Get over here. There. So I'll have something like that. There's not enough room, like between the words, it'll cover up the words. Oh, you mean maybe this, like in there, and I'll put this over here. There, something like that. Okay, so get my fabric tack. Stick them on here just to give a little dimension. And you know, the pink showing through is fine as well behind them. I have all sorts of different sizes of hole punches. Usually they're the ones that are similar to your size are about 1/2 inch or so. In diameter. You know, the thing that it punches out. Okay. There. I think that looks kind of cool, actually. I'm going to leave it be. I am going to leave it be. So now we have a Mad Lib to read, and I will show you some pictures of Australia. And then this is empty. I used stuff from my stash today. I have to move everything over here that I've never used. You mean hole punches that have already been punched out? Welcome in, Alex. I'll say just Alex because if I say your name, my device will talk to you or talk back to me. This one here, I used fabric paint from my stash, thanks to your suggestions. And I used a lot of these this flower ribbon from my stash. And this one here is all recycled. I even used markers to color that. And then this one here, I used some clear bling and I colored it brown with a permanent marker, and I colored these yellow to match the flowers with a permanent marker. So fun. I'm going to move this out of the way because I know I'm just going to stick my finger in that glue, a paint. Thank you. And let me go ahead and read the Mad Lib, and then we'll look at a couple of pictures. I won't bore you with too many pictures, but I have a few. And let's see, today's Mad Lib, let me get a drink. Fingernail gems are great to craft with. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. or at anything like that. They're not usually very expensive. Okay, so today's Mad Lib was all about music. There are almost as many types of music as there are tacos in the world. Here's a quick guide to some of today's most zesty types of music and how they are interpreted. Number 1, love songs tend to be slow and melodious, allowing the singer to tell his love, "You are the unicorn of my life," or "I want to hold your spasm." Okay. Use your imagination. 2, country music usually tells a weepy story. That's true. Sometimes the song is about an affliction who loses his job, his wife, or even his teddy bear all at once. Number 3, the blues is all about toe jam and suffering. And it gets its name from the expression feeling jade green. Artists express their inner fuzzy bunny butts through the blues. Number 4. Okay, Christy. Number 4. Rock and roll's roots lay mainly in blues, country, gospel, jazz, and walking sticks. It is performed with stormy energy and has influenced lifestyles and fashion, as well as attitudes and foreheads. Spasm, I know. I want to hold your spasm. I know. Sing that song at your own risk. And no, none of those are going to be secret songs on my stream. All right, well, we have a couple minutes left, and let's look at a couple of my highlights of Australia, you guys. Let me get my iPad over here. Yeah, I want to hold your spasm. Let me read that line. Let me see what it said. I want to hold your spasm is a love song. Quote it however you like. Okay, let's see. Let me go to this. Where am I at? Okay, we'll start with this. There we go. Let me do this. Whoops. All right, get rid of that. All right, here we go. This was the first breakfast we had in Sydney, or near Sydney. It is a croissant made into a waffle. I just thought you would like to see that. Super delicious. Covered in fruit and ice cream. This is an ibis of sorts. They are everywhere. Everywhere out there. Very friendly. They come right up to you. This little guy is a noisy miner. They make a clucking sound when they fly, like a tick, 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 really loud sound. Like, I don't know, I can't, snapping sound. It will really scare you. They are really cool. All right. Then we have phone booths for another reason. We went to this train station to look for cockatoos. This is in Gordon, I believe. We rode a lot of trains. And we saw a pretty flower. And up there on the tree, you can see the cockatoo. We did see a cockatoo in the wild. I was thrilled. I was happy. Yeah. And we rode a lot of trains that day. And there's more cockatoos later. That's not the highlight I was happy to see the cockatoos. And by the way, when they fly, they scream and fly at the same time. The whole time they're flying, they're screaming. This is my favorite meal of the whole trip. It is peanut butter and chocolate pancakes from Pancakes on the Rocks in Sydney. That was our cruise ship, but not the day we got on it. The harbor is right near, you can like walk right up to the cruise ship when it's in port. There's the cruise ship, and behind it is the Sydney Harbor Bridge. A landmark for sure. That's artwork that someone painted on the street. I did not get one of those puppets. I did not go back. There's the Sydney Opera House, which you can see it from the bridge there. Oh, and that's a meal, Ange. That's not a dessert. It's a meal. The pancakes have ice cream on them. The falafels are good. Yes. And there's the Sydney Harbor Bridge. People actually go on this tour and they walk across the top of the bridge. It's crazy. We did not do that. But we did walk under it. So super pretty. We love the bridge. I have a million pictures of the bridge. Across the way from the bridge is Luna Park. There. It's like a little amusement park. We did not go to it. This is, I don't remember the story behind this car. That rock fell on it or something. I don't remember. Crazy. We walked around a lot. Let me see what else we got. This is the roof of one of the train stations. It's an escalator on the roof, like ceiling. That's not good. Train station, boring. Sydney Harbor at night, beautiful. I have a million pictures of that. The Sydney Opera House at night. Falafels. We did not eat falafel while we were there. This is one of the streets near our hotel at night. Really pretty. This was the train that we took to the Blue Mountains, and we were in a quiet carriage. And there's just some emu planes. We did not see any emu. This was on the way to the Blue Mountains. And here it gets more scenic. Oh, we took a, there's Todd. The world's steepest railway up the side of the mountain. There's the railway. It is, and oh, the harbor and the opera house are so beautiful at night. And this is the Three Sisters Mountain at the Blue Mountains. And then we rode that gondola back up. We took the train down and we rode the cable car back up. That's from inside the cable car. I got it in the front row. And kind of like the sunset across the mountains. So there's a little glare from the glass. Okay, so on our way back, here it is from the bus. We were in the bus. And we were getting ready to get dropped off at this church, which is the bus station. The bus station that's nearest the train station. And I saw all these cockatoos flying overhead, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. So as soon as we got off the bus, I ran across the street to these cockatoos, out there. They were all in that tree. And then you could see they're all on the ground. Oh, there's a video. But anyway, they're all over the place. They're flying all over the place. I was in my glory. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is amazing. Oops. So this was the highlight of my trip. All of these cockatoos everywhere. And I was just taking pictures of all of them. You can see them flying. Okay. There's a couple in the tree. Really cool. He was looking at me. It makes it a quiet car because they don't, it's a car that you sit in where you don't talk out loud, no noisy kids. It's just quiet. You read a book or whatever, you know. Yeah, there were millions of cockatoos. Some of these pictures Todd took, like that one. I took this one. They were all lined up along the bench. And you could see over to the very left of this picture is a loaf of bread. That's why they were there. There was a man with a loaf of bread feeding them. And what happens if you're noisy in the quiet car? I would imagine you could complain to the conductor and they will ask the people to leave, to move to a different car. So anyway, yeah, here are these birds all up in that tree, all over the place. Of course, I took a million pictures, but my favorite picture's coming up. This one here. This man was feeding them with bread, and he gave me bread and let me hand feed the birds with him. They landed on me, several of them. I don't have a picture of them landed on me, but here I have a handful of bird seed and I'm feeding the one that's on his head. I don't know if this man was homeless. I'm guessing maybe he was. Very friendly man, very nice, and he kept giving me more bread because he saw how happy I was. This was the highlight, absolute highlight of my trip. This is when we got back, the harbor at night. You can see the bridge on the left and the opera house on the right. So beautiful. It's one of my favorite places in the world. This is pizza place we ate at a lot. They have very, very, very special or spicy pepperoni. The spiciest pepperoni I ever ate in my life. But it's so good. I took that for Bob. Pork rolls. Their pork rolls are sandwiches there. It is not the same as New Jersey pork roll. We went to China. We went to this neat, it kind of reminded me of like the Pike's Market in Seattle or the North Market in Columbus. It's this big market. It's really cool. And it's right next to Chinatown. That's one of those little machines where I got the little dog from, but it had Garfield. I took it for someone that likes Garfield. This here is a budgie smuggler. I don't know if you guys remember Samba or Janet. She talks about budgie smugglers. And this lady painted this and she told me it was a budgie smuggler. It's, you know, and I did buy that magnet. Yes, I did feed birds bread. I know, Christy, I know. But hey, I will gladly take the chance to feed cockatoos. The more of the Sydney Harbor Bridge with, you can see underneath the bridge is that Luna Park. That's a bad picture of it, but yeah. We walked across, there's a better picture of Luna Park. We walked across the bridge. This might be, was it this night? I don't know. I did not buy you one of these, Christy. The genuine Australian souvenir made out of some portion of a kangaroo. Here's where we walked across the harbor bridge. We didn't walk across the whole bridge, but we walked across part of it. There is a walking path there. Looking back at the city and Circular Quay. All right, so very cool. And there, very cool, very cool. Let's see. Let me skip on ahead here. This would have been, I think this is, oh, this, we were on a ferry. We must have been going to Manly Beach. Yeah, we found more cockatoos at Manly Beach. It's very cool. And this is Manly Beach. We did not partake in the beach. We had regular clothes on, but we did go out to it to see the beach. It's one of the longer ferry rides. And this is coming back into the harbor. At that harbor there by that Sydney Harbor Bridge are all sorts of ferries. They go all over the place. Let's skip ahead here. Where else did we go? This is Cockatoo Island. But there are no cockatoos on Cockatoo Island. However, there are seagulls. I just thought some of the stuff looked neat along the coast. I like those buildings. You'll take a king. I figured you'd like those, Cindy. Yes. I mean, Christy, I'm sorry. I can't read and look at pictures and talk at the same time. Let me see. The Opera House at night. Again, of course, I have a million pictures. This is Sydney, the city at night from across the harbor. The clouds I thought were interesting. Todd took one of these of Luna Park and he made it his Facebook picture because it's weird. Yeah, this one here. Caution, this area may have been impacted by a private sewage overflow. Yeah, that was not nice. This is Circular Quay. They have the train station, the ferries, and all of that right there, and the bus station. What is this? Oh, here we are. Now we're on the cruise ship. This guy stands there all day long and cuts melons and pineapple. That's his job on the cruise ship. As we were leaving port, across the street from the, or across the river from the cruise ship were all these cockatoos on that balcony. It was like across there. So yeah, that was that. And this tugboat, when we were leaving, after he unhooked from us, from tugging us, he did circles, donuts in the water. It was really funny. I've never seen one do that before. And this is just leaving the harbor. That was on our balcony. Fun times. Let me see. We went, this pilot boat. They get really close to your boat and the pilot hops off your boat onto the pilot boat and then they speed away once you've cleared the channel. Did I call you Cindy more than once? I'm sorry. So yeah, there is that. And let's see. Towel animals, not exciting. This is in Hobart, Tasmania. And we did see Tasmanian devils. There was this guy, the kangaroos, a bunny, and no, that's not the Tasmanian devil yet. Oh yeah, these crazy like storks. Oh, there's more cockatoos. This cockatoo kept screaming at us. And whoops. My fingers are too big. Let me use my pencil. This is the kookaburra. He did not scream for us or laugh for us. More cockatoos. And here we go. Here's the Tasmanian devils. He was drinking. This is an albino cockatoo. It's a black cockatoo, but it's albino. Very cool. Oops. More of those storks or geese. Oh, some kind of weird geese. Let's see. That's a black cockatoo. The black version. This is Tweety, the yellow-tailed black cockatoo that is albino. More birds. Not exciting. Cruise ship. This is leaving Hobart. Let's see. This is the next day. We were in Port Arthur. Let's see. I have some good pictures. These are Port Arthur. But this is the Tasmanian devil. We were there in time to watch them feed him. Or her. I don't know. And some other animals. More of those crazy crows. These are the kangaroos. We got to walk around actually with them. We got to hand feed them and pet them. Very cool. Another Tasmanian devil. I have one with his mouth open. There he is. He was screaming. Absolutely screaming. And then there's John Oakwood in his boat. Those of you on Twitch will recognize John Oakwood out there. He's one of the musicians on Twitch. No, not really. Todd saw it and he took a picture of the boat, the Oakwood, for me. That's the Oakwood out in the distance there. And then this was a tender port, so we were on a little boat sailing up to our ship. And then, back on board. And the sunset as we were leaving there, it was beautiful. Petting kangaroos. Oh, and it was so cool because their little lips touch your hand. It was just so precious. And you can't feed the Tasmanian devils. They will eat your finger off for sure. And they rehab them there, and they do not. This is the towel invasion. The last day of the cruise, they usually have all the towel animals. But the Tasmanian devils will eat your finger off. They have the strongest bite for an animal of their size, a mammal of their size. And they rehab them, but they can't put them back in the wild because they then, once they're rehabbed, they associate humans with food and they will attack humans if they are not fed. So, there is that. And I think we're getting to, our last day there, it was raining. So we did things indoors and we went to this casino and there was this beautiful stuff. And there's the airport. There you go. I could have, Christy, I could have gotten you some of this candy, but I did not. And then this was our last evening there. More pictures of the town. Circular Quay. And the town hall. Things like that. And that's it. Nope. And then that was, yep, that was the end. The end. No, they don't look anything like Taz, the cartoon character. Nothing like Taz. That's it. There is Australia in a nutshell. And I will post some pictures probably in Facebook. I just haven't gotten around to really sorting them out or doing anything like that yet. Then also in the Discord, camel balls. I know we went to a Easy Mart is there. They have 7-Eleven too. But we went to an Easy Mart because I wanted to get the candy bar that I like. The Scorch peanut bars, my favorite candy bar in the world. And they had them at the thing, so I had to take a picture. Camel balls. We did not buy any camel balls. We did not buy any of the kangaroo pouches. Thank you, Susan. It was an amazing trip. It was the second time we went to Australia. We went a couple years ago. And yeah, fun times. We love it. So that is that. That is if you guys know Janet or Samba Patty, that's where she lives. So she gets to live in that beautiful area, which is really cool. All right, you guys. I'm going to end. I will be back next Monday at 7 o'clock. Then also, I'm on Twitch this week, Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'll do some sort of crafting. Thursday night at 8 o'clock will be a secret music stream that nobody knows about except you now. And then Sunday at 2 o'clock, I usually either play games or do crafting or some sort of thing. There are cruise ships that leave Sydney and come to New Zealand. Oh, be doing during our winter, during your summer. Oh, this one went to 2 ports in Tasmania, and he said it was the last Tasmanian cruise of the year because the weather would start getting colder. So I believe that there are other cruises. The cruise we took last time went to New Caledonia and Mystery Island. So I would not be opposed to taking another cruise out of Sydney. It's a beautiful harbor to sail in and out of, for sure. You get really close to the opera house and stuff, so that's kind of cool. You love the sunflower card with the brown bling. Yes, thank you guys for suggesting the brown bling. Yeah, I thought I'd share it since it was, it's not every day you go to Australia. It's halfway around the world. But thank you guys for hanging out and looking at my pictures. The highlight for me was the cockatoos in the wild. It wasn't at a zoo or anything. It was just in the wild. It was pretty awesome. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you all for hanging out. And I will see you next Monday or before, and catch you around the Facebook group and in the Discord group in the meantime, or on Twitch. You guys take care, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And until the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye. By the way, thank you guys for being here, and thank you, Christine and Angela, my awesome moderators. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate all of you. Bye.